Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And as you guys saw, today's topic, I am coming from the internet because once again, the internet's always be messy, child. They always be messy and toxic, okay? I wanted to come here and have a little bit of a pep talk for myself, admittedly so, and for you guys on the fact that you should stop shaming yourself for having a 9 to 5 job, and also things to remember before you quit your job, before you hate having a 9 to job because of social media's child. So the first thing that rubs me off the wrong way is the fact that they're equating having a job to a form of slavery. First of all, how dare you when there's modern slavery out here in the world? Okay, so here's the thing, right? I'm not about to sit here and pretend like having a 9 to 5 job is an ideal situation. If anything, I would say instead of saying it's a form of slavery, I would rather say it lacks autonomy. There is a level of autonomy that you don't have when you have to be stuck to a job 9 to 5. However, a lot of these entrepreneurs are out here working crazy hours as well. And please don't get me started on the messiness of saying you're working on someone else's dream. You don't know my dreams. You don't know our dreams. And wow, what an absolute wow. First of all, remember that survivorship bias is a real thing. And if the algorithms are not the highest form of survivorship bias there ever has been in this world, I don't know what is. Literally, social media algorithms are basically perpetuating survivorship bias. They're basically making survivorship bias the girl that she thinks she is, okay? For those of you who don't know what survivorship bias is a tendency to believe something is that true because you only see people who survived the situations or people who made it out there and got a positive outcome. Like, for example, Steve Jobs and all of these people who are always glorified as saying they didn't go to school, so you shouldn't go to school if you want to get rich, you know? It's only because you see the people who got rich from not going to school, not because you're seeing everyone else who didn't go to school and didn't get rich, you know? So that's a form of survivorship bias. And once again, I will repeat, the algorithms, any social media algorithm basically feeds on survivorship bias. It looks for the juiciest, messiest content and it pushes that, and it knows that's what's gonna sell. So miss me on that one. Another thing to remember, first of all, a lot of these people just out here looking for clout on the internet. Honey, okay, before they shame you for having a job or making you quit your job, remember that a lot of us are just showing up to the internet for clout, and hopefully getting that clout will get us to a point where we can sell people stuff and then they buy from us, and which is the secondary point to that. A lot of these people are just trying to sell you something. You know who I'm talking about, your Herbalife ladies who are out here hitting us on our DMs and our inboxes about how I want to make money from looking cute. Another thing to remember before you let these internet streets shame you for having a job or making you quit a job is the fact that, remember, you have responsibilities, child. If I quit my job tomorrow, I know that I will not be able to provide for my family the way I'm able to provide for them now, and it's gonna have difficulties. So if you cannot afford your basic needs outside of your job right now, I don't think the smartest thing to do is to quit your job and think that you're just gonna find something once you quit. If anything, I would rather prefer you have a model of which I am actually wanting to have that model where even within my job, I want to start exploring having multiple sources of income and exploring things that I love, because really we have responsibilities. A girl gotta eat, okay? A girl gotta eat, and she's not gonna eat clout. And that leads me to my next point, which is privilege is real in this street, okay? First of all, before you have someone convince you to quit your job, look at how much privilege they have, and do you have the same privilege? I will even tell you, just from living in a developing country like South Africa, you know, yes, you might not dream of labor, but child, a lot of people are actually dreaming of having a decent job so they can provide for their families. We are sitting at about a 37% or 34% unemployment rate, and amongst the youth demographic, it's over 40%. So be grateful for your job, okay? And I'm not saying that you can't complain or have issues about it. Those two things can exist in the same realm. You can be grateful and want to change your situation at the same time, okay? Another thing to remember is that not everyone can run a business. When I'm talking about the fact that running a business is not for everyone, I'm speaking from a point of somebody who actually ran a business that failed. And I honestly feel like I still want to run businesses even though it failed. So it's not because of I failed at a business that I feel like not everyone can run a business. It's because of running a business is hard AF, okay? It is difficult. It's not easy. So before you quit your job because the internet shamed you, understand, do you want to run a business? Do you really want to be an entrepreneur? Or are you just going by what's the flavor of the month from everyone else? Are you also just thinking about how cute you're going to look when you post your selfies, saying, you know what, I live my life the way I want to live it? You know, you need to look at a lot of things that you can consider. You need to learn to take calculated risks before you quit your job just because you are hoping once you get famous on the internet, you're going to have a very kick-ass backstory that is inspiring and so on and so forth, right? Okay, we are smarter than that. We are way smarter than that, guys. Another thing to consider is that quitting your job is not always the answer, or even entrepreneurship is not always the answer. I feel like sometimes a lot of us, what we do is we burden one area of our lives as the only thing that was going to bring us ultimate joy and ultimate happiness. We define ourselves by our careers or by the fact that I'm an entrepreneur and I run a business and so on. And that is an unhealthy form of happiness to cultivate. You know, we don't have that internal locus of control, and we don't have that self-awareness that happiness is beyond what the job can give me. Although I must say it is important, it is utmost important to find some sort of value and joy in the work that you do, but you cannot burden any one area of your life as the thing that is going to bring you the ultimate joy, because honey, even time will not bring you joy when you don't have it from inside, if you have not worked on yourself, honey. Okay, if anything, I think you should just go to therapy before you consider quitting your job because you feel like a slave at the workplace. Okay, I said it. Okay, the last thing is the fact that you know that people might be projecting their insecurities on you, right? And this is something that is rampant in the internet, okay? I make myself feel better by making you feel terrible about yourself, okay? Some of these people still have beliefs that they're struggling with about feeling like they're not enough because they don't have a career to define themselves by, you know, and they are just projecting their insecurities on you. God bless their souls and have empathy for them, but don't let that be the thing that makes you change your entire life because somebody is not feeling confident from themselves from within. Okay guys, I think that's it for my little rant, but as I'm saying this, there's just a few points that I would also like to add on and make on this, right? I am not saying that toxic workplaces do not exist. Child, I know. I even have a video on my channel talking about a toxic workplace and how I'm not quitting, but this place is messy AF, okay? So I'm not saying toxic workplaces don't exist. What I am saying is don't take the extreme approach without looking at the bigger picture in mind. And we are all different, okay? Our paths are not meant to be the same. Maybe your path is a 9 to 5 job and juggling a few other things out there, which personally I think that is my path and my journey right now. I am learning to find value and joy in my 9 to 5 job, and I'm also learning to go back and explore who is the woman that I want to be, who is this girl of my dreams, and showing up for her in many ways and forms. It doesn't mean because you have a job, your dreams have to die. You kill them. If you feel that's what it means, then your dreams indeed will die. But I am adamant that my dreams are not dying, okay, honey? I have a 9 to 5 job. I have a YouTube channel. I'm getting back into my sewing, falling in love with sewing again and doing my DIYs and just, you know, enjoying the existence of being the bomb-ass person that I'm trying to be, honey. So I encourage you to do the same. And don't let these messy social media streets finesse you, okay? But anyway, honeys, thank you so much for showing up with me today. I will see you next week. Okay, bye. Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kissed.